Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So last episode we went and built up a few little shop stands over in our port, as well as decorating up our little apiary area. And today, it is finally time for us to start working down below on the ocean floor. I say ocean floor. We have a very large area of end stone down below that I have been working on, and that is basically a support tray for what we're going to be working on today, or at least starting work on, because this is a very big area. So I've got a few resources here. We've got 3 shulkers with each of our materials. So we've got end stone, got some sand, and we've got some gravel. And we are going to be heading down here onto this massive platform. This is absolutely huge. We are going to be covering this entire thing with these 3 blocks, and then we're going to fill it with water. So, we need an area to start. Obviously, we are not going to get all this done today. This is going to take quite a while. But, what we're going to start with is we will start with, I guess, this little cove right here. This is a nice small contained area, which means that we can start working down here pretty easily. So, we need a bit of each of our materials here. And what we're going to do is we're basically just going to kind of mix these together through here. We'll place the torches as we go. That way we don't get Enderman in here, and I can already see a bit of a problem. So, looks like we are gonna have to probably start from the outer edge. That way we don't run into issues with getting where the border here is and voting over that. Should have realized that with the end stone here. But as I was saying, we are basically just going to keep building it up around in here, fill this in kind of like this, just threads and patches of each material. Not going to really follow any pattern particular, just filling it in as we go. Then we're going to get some water in here. So, since we've already started this section here, I'm going to go and get this in, get this whole cave system here in as well, just really quick, and then we might as well kind of start on the outside and start working our way in. But now, first we'll start with this little area here, just this will give us a nice little area to show what we're going to be working on down here. And I'll be right back. Alright, so we now have this small little cove here in. We do have the water in here, at least for this lower part. And yeah, it's definitely going to be easier going around the outside and working our way in. As you can see, we've already started doing that. And we did go and do some patches around the water. That way we could put some skulk veins around the water streams, and that way they don't go and flood this entire area while we're still trying to work on it. I don't really want to be dealing with water streams down here right now. Anyway, we do have this little cave, little section in here. And yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting around the outside edge where it's just going to be one block. But we'll deal with that later. I think there's probably going to be a few sections where it's just going to be like that. But anyway, once we go and we flood this area, what we're going to do is... Oh. This is not working. You know, I had checked that this had worked again, and it had worked. Oh, I guess we're going to have to go back to the redstone pit and get some seagrass of our own, but we're going to put some seagrass in here. We'll stick some kelp in here as well. Might stick some coral fans as well. I think that'll be good. But clearly, it's not working. So I'll have to go use the coral farm to gather that stuff. I could have sworn I'd seen this working, because I know I had gotten more seagrass into the lake by bone mealing it. So I don't know what's happening. That, again, I noticed it's taking the bone meal. Yeah, see, we had gotten corals in here by growing them. Yeah. What? Okay, something weird is going on here. Oh, could that be it? Go check something. Alright, so something I noticed is that it was only growing seagrass and stuff in the water that was at least too deep. There we go. That's what it needed to be. So we need to actually have this be a couple blocks deep, and then we can just bone meal this. We will probably take out some of this. I don't particularly want that many corals and coral fans in here. So take out a few of these. Actually, probably swap some of these out here. That way it's not all blue. But we'll take a few fans and stuff and probably reduce some of this. We don't want it too overgrown around here. And also this will allow us to place seagrass on the end stone, because we can do that. But I think this is a good start. But with that detailed up, I've got a few more ideas. Once we actually get this fully finished, we've made a decent amount of progress. We're about halfway around. Got a couple things I want to put in here once we actually get some water all the way around here. So, I'm gonna head back to the overworld real quick, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so here we are at one of our many end portals. I say many, we only have two. This is one that kind of glitched a little bit into the wall when the world generation changed. So it's a little wacky, but it works. But we now have a little bit of a tunnel here. I'm thinking what we're gonna do, we will do a nice little water stream here. What this is gonna be is this will just allow us to basically go and get some glow squid here. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, placing that should, yep, water flowing right off and into the end portal. What I'm gonna do for that is just gonna put skulk fans on the end there. That way it doesn't go and make a complete mess. We do need some more to get that set up, but in theory, that should be enough for us to get glow squid spawning. In theory, we'll have to test it a little bit, make sure it's actually working. But in theory, that should allow us to get some glow squid in the end. Hopefully, we can use those to populate our ocean. I think that'll look really nice, especially with the glowing effect. And they shouldn't have any issues surviving out there. Now, I do want to put some regular squid in as well, but for that, we're going to need to head to our other end portal out in the desert, and those squid we're probably going to have to lead in here. But I'm going to go make sure that this is actually spawning glow squid. Probably get another bucket of water somewhere down here, and then I'll be right back. All right, there we go. We now have a glow squid. Is that fighting? Okay, good. And there it goes into the end. So we did end up having to expand the water stream here. So there we go. Now we've got two of these guys. We should probably actually make something on the other side to hold these guys. Oh well. As this proves, we can get more glow squid here. But we did end up expanding the water pool at the back. Realized that we have tons of other water sources around here, so they're more likely to spawn in there. But we now have glow squid. If we go through here, they should be right there. And then we could just run them off into the water here. And can we get a small pool going for them here real quick? Nope. Well, that was a failure. Oh well. I kind of expected that. We'll have to figure out how we're going to run these guys into the water here. It should be pretty easy. We should just be able to put water over the obsidian platform here and go from there. That should hopefully push them into the water, because this is going to be underwater once we actually get this completely done. But glow squid accomplished. We now have to head out to the desert. So I'm going to head out there. Quite a long walk. And then I'll be right back. All right, so here we are out in the desert where we have our other end portal. This is our first one that we went to. And we have a small plan here. I would like to get more of the aquatic mobs in here, at least out to the end. And I'm thinking easy thing to do would be simply just dig a tunnel here. That actually not go to the end. Okay, as I was saying, the simplest thing to do would be to just simply dig a tunnel right from here, straight from the river. And there we go. easy way to get aquatic mobs into the end, somewhat. Obviously, we still have a few things to work out here, namely the fact that we need to do that, and I would rather not have this going off the edge. So, what we need to do is we need to do that instead, and place, no, not sand. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Anyway, we need to now kind of block that off. And then that'll allow us to basically just use a lead, drag dolphins and squid down into the end. Also let drowns wander into the end portal, so we may have to be careful with that. But if we go off over here, okay, we are actually not connected to the ocean, so we need to dig that as well. All right, now we should be able to drag dolphins and squid through here if we actually had any leads, which we unfortunately don't. Now that's going to take quite a while because we now have to drag them around the river and everything else. So what I'm thinking is maybe we can just go and drag them straight through the desert by building a canal straight through here. That might work. Be a little bit shorter. Wouldn't have to worry about them drowning on us because I think squids still drown in 1 block deep water. And there's less chance of us getting attacked by a random drowned. I think for now, that one little path should work. We'll have to see how easy it is to get stuff in there later. Actually, you know what? We may have leads, but I'd rather not bring something in there just for it to go and suffocate into the end because we don't have any water ready for it. So, let's bring back this one tropical fish because obviously we need to put fish in the water. Don't know how many of these we're going to get. Only have the 1 bucket for now, so 1 fish it is. So there we go. We now have our first animal out here, and you know what? This has flowing water, so we should probably not have the fish in here just yet. We'll hold on to it for now. We need to find the rest of our buckets. I think I've got a whole bunch of them in our house. We should probably make a safe area for us to store some of the animals so we can start getting some of them out here. That would probably be a good idea. Just have to figure out where we're going to stick it on that side of the island. Kind of need it underneath the platform. Alternately, we could just put it right next to the platform. It should work. Hopefully none of the dolphins jump out. And I'm realizing we're probably going to have to get a bunch of name tags for those. Because if I'm not mistaken, even if we drag them out into the end, the squid and everything else should still be spawn. So that should be fun. Gonna have to go buy up a whole bunch of name tags. Hopefully our villagers don't run out. We should have plenty of them that should have those for their trades because we've been buying a ton of glass off of them. So I'm probably gonna head over to the villagers when I'm not working on that sea floor. But I think with that, it is about time that I get back to working on this and figuring out the thing we need. So, on that note, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what is going on with this end hub and in the rest of the world. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.